Hi everyone, my name is Miss Jacobs. I'm a 7th grade teacher at Bouchon Middle School, and today we will be discussing summarizing text and identifying supporting details. The supplies that you will need for today's lesson include paper, a pencil or pen, and the notes from the previous lessons if you have them available. Here is our goal for today. Please take a second to read it quietly to yourself and then follow along as I read it aloud. Today, I will practice my knowledge of summarization as I read a nonfiction text from Common Lit. Here are the vocabulary words for summarization. If you had not had a chance to write them down, please take an opportunity today to write down the words and the definitions that I provide. Detail, a particular, a small part of something. Essential, needed, necessary, extremely important. Main idea, the central idea in a story or text. What a text is mostly about. Relevant, appropriate and related to the subject. Summarize, to state in a shortened form. Summary, a restatement of what has been said. Okay, if you need to review any of those, please feel free to rewind the video so that you have an opportunity to write them down. Yesterday, we completed a lesson on vocabulary. Students had an opportunity to review a video, review vocab words, and complete a vocab game. Later, they had the opportunity to visit the lyric lab and create lyrics of their own. I provided an example and a challenge to see if you could create lyrics that use more vocabulary words than I did. I'm going to provide you an encore of the performance that I did yesterday using the lyrics that I made off vocabulary. Details are important to remember in the story. They tell you information and are explanatory. Main idea looks at the big picture, but you have to make sure that you think quicker because it's the summary that we're looking for. It focuses on information we're trying to explore. Now, facts and opinions are always fun to include, but in our summaries, opinions must exclude. To make sure we summarize everything correctly, focus on the main idea and details directly. I hope you enjoyed that. Today's assessment. Today you will read and answer the questions on the article Malala Yousafzai's Nobel Peace Prize Lecture from Common Lit. Be sure to answer the 7 comprehension questions at the end of the article. I will be reviewing them in tomorrow's lesson. I have provided a copy of the link below, but there is also a link on the homepage of today's lesson. Before I leave, I do want to take an opportunity to review the PDF so that there isn't any opportunity for a misunderstanding in what the comprehension questions are asking. So I know that the article may look a little long, but please remember this is a speech that she gave and is not an actual novel or story about her life. So the sections are very small, and I believe it will be a quick read for you. Question number 1, Part A. Which of the following identifies Malala Yousafzai's main claim in the text? In other words, what do you believe is the main idea of the text? There are 4 options for you to choose from. Question number 2, Part B. Which detail from the text best supports the answer to Part A? So for question number 2, you're going to use the answer that you provided for what you think would be the best main idea of the text, and then identify which detail would make a supporting idea to that claim. If you find that none of the options in Part B provide the best support, then it would be necessary to possibly rethink what your answer was in Part A. Okay, moving on to question 3. Part A. Which of the following best describes the connection Eusophizai makes between gender and education in some regions? For this question, it will be necessary for you to read through the article and identify the connections that she makes between gender and education. Then use the answer choices to answer which gives the best description of that connection. Question number 4, Part B. Which quote from the text best supports the answer to Part A? So similar to question number 2, question number 4 is looking for you to find a supporting detail to the answer that you provided in Part A. If you feel that none of the answers provide a good supporting detail, then it may be necessary to rethink your answer in Part A. Okay, question 5. How do paragraphs 16 through 17 contribute to the development of ideas in the text? Well, what you do first is read all of the option choices. Okay, now reread the question. How do paragraphs 16 through 17 contribute to the development of ideas in the text? Okay, so we are focusing on how ideas are developed in the text and how they're used, again, to support the main idea. So now you're going to go to paragraph 16 and 17 and read solely those paragraphs to understand which option choice best answers question number 5. Question number 6. Here's your first short answer question. What is the effect of the speaker addressing the audience as sisters and brothers? Some key points to remember. Malala was 17 when she made this speech. The majority of the audience to which she was speaking to were at least twice her age. Yet many times in the article, she refers to them as sisters and brothers, while also making connections to her own relationship to her own brothers. And so, how do these two things come together to address the speaker or to address the audience as she is the speaker? And finally, question 7. What does Eusophizai mean when she thanks her father for not clipping my wings and for letting me fly? And how does this contribute to the overall meaning of the text? Paragraph 5. So the first thing I would recommend you do is go to paragraph 5 and reread it. Find the quote that has been added to question number 7. Now, using that quote, think about what the main idea of the article is and how that quote can be applied to it in her search and her ability to pursue equal education. Okay, the last thing is the question asks you, what does it mean when she thanks her father? So please be sure to include that detail as well. Okay, below are some discussion questions that you can answer if you like. I will not be going over these tomorrow, but please feel free to answer them and to enjoy talking about them as they do provide a good context into the speech. I Am Malala is one of the anchor texts for the 7th grade, so this directly relates to the material that we were covering throughout the school year. All right, so I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Tomorrow will be our last day working on summary, and I hope that you've learned a lot and that you're looking forward to wrapping everything up. Have a great day.